Good morning. Today we're going to talk about two additional formulas that you really need to be able to use, and then a third that I'm just going to show you, but you don't have to be able to do it as far as assessment goes. So we're going to focus on double angle and half angle first, and then I'll come back and do the power reducing formula. So here are your double angle formulas. We will give those to you on assessments. You just need to know how to use them, like this. Okay, so if sine of theta is 5/13, sine of theta equals 5/13 lies in quadrant 2, find the exact value of each of the following. Okay, so if we do this and draw this out, sine of theta is 5/13. So we're looking at this here. That's a really bad line. But if we draw our triangle in, we have 5/13. If you remember from the last one, we actually have a Pythagorean triple, so 5, 12, 13. But if you're not sure, we could set up the Pythagorean theorem and go from there. So we have x squared equals 144, and the square root is actually 12. But I'm going to make that negative because my x is negative in that one. Okay, so when I'm doing this, if I want to, I could list cosine of theta, which is negative 12/13. Sorry, you can't see that. Negative 12 over 13. And tangent of theta is negative 5/12. Okay, so opposite over adjacent. So formula for sine of 2 theta is going to be 2 times sine of theta cosine of theta. Well, sine of theta is 5/13. Cosine of theta is negative 12/13. So we can actually simplify this by multiplying everything out. You get negative 10 times negative 12 is negative 120. 13 times 13 is 169. So negative 120 over 169. Should be good. Next one, cosine. The formula is cosine squared of theta minus sine squared of theta. So cosine of theta is negative 12 over 13. Square it. Sine of theta is 5 over 13. And square it. So we get 144 over 169 minus 25 over 169. And 144 minus 25 is going to give us 119 over 169. Okay, and then for the last one, tangent is 2 times tangent of theta divided by 1 minus tangent squared of theta. So when we plug this in, 2 times tangent over 1 minus tangent squared. And I need to simplify this. I'm going to erase that so I have a little bit more room down here. Okay, so on the top in my numerator, I end up with negative 5/6. And in the denominator, I have 1 minus 25 over 144. So I actually get 119 over 144, I believe. And then if I flip this fraction and multiply, get rid of those. So if I flip the fraction and multiply here, I'm going to have negative 5/6. Change away from the pen, times 144 over 119, which gives me negative 120 over 119. Okay, and all we did was reduce this. 6 goes into 144 24 times, and you should be good. Okay. Next problem, find the exact value of 2 times tangent of 15 degrees over 1 minus tangent squared of 15 degrees. We're actually going to use the formula for tangent. Theta is going to be 15 degrees here. Okay, so we're actually finding tangent of 30 degrees. So if you think of this, here we have opposite over adjacent for square root of 3 over 2, 1/2. So sine over cosine, I'm going to do this, 1/2 divided by the square root of 3 over 2 gives us the square root of 3 over 3. Okay, and if you don't remember that, remember we're going to do 1/2 times the square root of 2 over the square root of 3. Those simplify, and then you have to rationalize there. Okay, some power reducing. I said I'm going to skip that. I'll come back to it. I'm actually probably not going to do that example today. And we're going to go ahead to the half angle formulas. Again, we're going to give these to you. You do not have to have them memorized, but let's do one problem here. Find the exact value of cosine of 112. So cosine of 112 is the same as cosine of 225 divided by 2. So we're going to use a half angle for 225 here. Okay, so cosine of 225. We're going to do plus or minus, and it's just going to depend on the quadrant. Plus cosine of 225, 1 plus cosine of 225, divided by 2. I'm going to draw this. Okay, so 225 is actually down here in quadrant 3, so 180 plus 45. So this is 225 here. You heard me do that in my head. My reference angle is 45 degrees. So when I do this, I have the square root of 2, negative square root of 2 over 2, and negative square root of 2 over 2. So cosine is going to be my x value. So 1 plus negative square root of 2 over 2 divided by 2 inside my square root. And I'm going to simplify that by finding common denominators. So I actually have 2 minus the square root of 2 over 2 divided by 2 over 1 inside my square root. So if I flip my fraction and multiply, 2 minus the square root of 2 over 2 times 1 over 2 inside my square root, I get 2 minus the square root of 2 over 4, again inside my square root. And I know it's going to be negative eventually, but I'll deal with that at the end. And then I can simplify that to get the square root of 2 minus the square root of 2 over 2. And then I know it's negative because it's in that quadrant and cosine is negative in that quadrant. You can't do anything to simplify that, so we actually leave that with the hunky 2 square roots in there. Okay, that's pretty much it. There's half angle formulas for tangent. Again, we'll give those to you. You don't actually have to have them memorized. The practice we're going to give you matches these problems almost identically. We did not put this problem in there, so you don't have to worry about example 4. Again, I'll come back to that and do that. It's another formula thing, but I'm not too worried about it as far as your assessments go. If you have any questions, let us know. Have a great day.